More than 2,200 police officers unalived in Mexico from 2018 to 2023. In Michoacan, the total is 155. It's crazy. It's not a job you want. And we wonder why there's a constant thread of them switching sides, taking the money from the guy that came with the bag of supplies and bread. It's a crazy number, though. What is the incentive to become a police officer in Mexico? You don't seem very protected. Yeah, there's not much incentive to being a police officer in Mexico. You gotta really be prepared to be a martyr for the betterment of your community. According to reports, during 2019, 446 police officers were unalived in Mexico, 41 of them in Michoacan, which ranks second in the state with the most cases behind only Guanajuato. In that year, an average of 1.16 police officers were unalived per day, representing one unaliving every 21 hours. Yeah, that's too crazy. That's paper plate police shit. In 2020, the national unaliving toll rose to 524 police officers, the most violent year on record. Michoacan with 26 cases. In Michoacan, 26 cases were documented according to the report, being a police officer in Mexico, keeping the state among the top 6 nationwide. In Michoacan, 26 cases were documented, according to the report, being a police officer in Mexico, keeping the state among the top 6 nationwide. In 2021, Causa en Común recorded 401 police officers were unalived in the country, with an average of 1.08 victims per day. The most affected state were Guanajuato with 54, State of Mexico with 47, Zacatecas with 36, Veracruz with 30, and Chihuahua with 27. In Michoacan, news reports confirmed 20 unalivings of security officers. I don't understand it. Why be the police? Why be any of that shit? And what happens when people no longer want to be those things for these reasons? Michoacan news reports confirmed 20 unalived security officers. In 2022, violence against police forces continued unabated, with 403 police murders documented with the same daily average, 1.08 deaths, 1.08 unalivings per day. Michoacan, along with Guerrero and Veracruz, accumulated 24 cases, once again ranking among the states with the highest incidence. Worrying increase in police unalivings in Mexico during 2025. As of December of that year, Causa en Común's count had reached 1,818 police unalivings since December 2018. During 2023, the number of police unalivings increased 2% compared to the previous year, with 412 victims in total, meaning an average of one police officer was unalived every day. Well, that seems to be the running number. You ever hit that midday crash where your energy just runs into a wall? That's where DUBBY comes in. Clean energy, no sugar, no jitters, no crash. Formulated for focus and stamina, not hyper headaches. Whether gaming, grinding, or creating, this stuff keeps you sharp. Use code ILL CARTEL for 10% off at dubby.gg. Fuel up smart. Don't settle for sugar water. The most violent states were Guanajuato with 60 cases, Guerrero with 40, Zacatecas with 32, Michoacan with 28, and Jalisco with 24. With these figures, the total number of uniformed officers unalived in Mexico from December 2018 to December 2023 reached 2,230 cases. Being a cop anywhere in this world ain't it. A female Latina cop in Chicago got unalived by her partner. Ain't that? Yeah, I think that story gets way deeper than people even know. The report emphasizes that in our country, on average, more than one police officer is unalived every day, and that most cases go unnoticed, as they are barely recorded in local news reports and without judicial follow-up. Impunity, warns Causa en Común, impunity is a constant, as unalivings are rarely investigated or result in convictions. In addition to homicidal violence, the document highlights that police officers face precarious working conditions, lack of equipment, and insufficient budgets, which place them in a vulnerable situation in the face of organized crime and armed conflicts in different regions of the country. In the 5 years analyzed from 2018 to 2023, Michoacan recorded 155 police unalivings, consistently ranking amongst the most dangerous states for security forces, while Guanajuato, Zacatecas, Guerrero, the state of Mexico, and Veracruz also topped the national statistics. Well, what are the United States numbers? According to FBI statistics, a total of 528 law enforcement officers were unalived in the line of duty between 2018 and 2023. This includes both felonious and accidental unalivings during that period. So the numbers are very, very different. The Causa en Común investigation concludes that police unalivings are a direct affront to the state and that unaliving a police officer in Mexico is easy, rarely leads to a conclusive investigation, and even less so to judicial consequences. Like JP said, man, not a good place to be the police. One a day, you're taking a chance every shift. But man, I don't know what other jobs there are, but that ain't it. That's the number of police officers unalived. How about the number of corrupted? That got to be another crazy number. Further south you go in Mexico, the less funded the police forces are. They fighting a war, man. One a day is crazy. 2,200 to our 500 and something. That's a big difference. And this is specific terminations. This is not like the 500, that shit had accidental unalivings and stuff like that. This is crazy. But again, no incentive to be a police officer in Mexico. If numbers do the talking, that number is extremely, the government should be answering for that number. But they're part of the team. Allegedly.